Talking through how to get motivated sellers to contact you every day with below market value deals. Lee, are you ready? I think he is just connecting at the moment. So while we wait for Lee to get ready, if everyone drops in the chat box, what is their biggest takeaway from this afternoon's session? We did this after lunch for this morning. What is your biggest takeaway from this afternoon session?
While people are doing that, Joanne has just asked for the link for the Training Me on Wednesday. Guys, can we share the link one more time in the chat box for Wednesday's webinar with me? It is in there, Joanne. If you scroll up, you should be able to see that. But if we can do that again, that would be great. Thank you, Pippa.
Hello.
Lee's there now. Hi, Lee.
Hiya, I'm trying to share my screen. Yeah. Hiya, how's it going, mate? I'm just trying to share my screen. Let me know if it's coming in. Can you see my presentation?
We can see your screen, not quite your presentation. There we go. Perfect.
That's it, Lee. We can see it now.
Okay, cool. Good. Can you see my video? I think. Okay, cool. You don't need to see my ugly face. Is that cool?
Yes, much better if we don't see your face,
Lee. I think it was asking. Yeah, right. But I'm in quite a good location. I'm going to show off a little bit. Let me know if you can get the video working. Because I'm on.
We can see your screen, but in the top corner, we can also see ourselves. So you may need to just minimize the view of the speaker.
Okay, hang on. Nothing's going to come now. Screen sharing. Cool. Is the video working now?
And it's gone to, we can see the you are screen sharing. We can see you, but we can't see your presentation right now.
Okay, I know what to do. Okay, so you should have my presentation back now, yeah?
There we go.
Bear with me.
Yep, that's it. We can see you and the slides.
Cool. Oh, good. Okay, we're there. Cool. So, yeah, thank you very much. And Katie, just to say you're doing a great job. First time I've seen you doing the hosting. It's really, really good. And, yeah, I caught a couple of the other presentations. Always great nuggets being dropped. So I'm here for the next maybe half an hour to share with you a little bit about my business and what we're doing. But just to put it into perspective, I've actually blagged my way into the Hyatt Regency because I'm in Cape Town. I'm in South Africa right now. And this morning, I went to Simon's Town, very apt, Mr. Zucchi. And then I went to see Boulders Beach and the Penguins near Cape Town. And this is the best internet connection in Cape Town. So I'm in the Hyatt Regency. And just over my shoulder, I can see Table Mountain. And yeah, it's amazing. It's my son's 21st birthday, so we came away to celebrate that. So what are we going to do for the next half an hour? So I'm going to tell you about my system that we get motivated sellers contacting us every day with B&V deals. And just as I started to come on 5 minutes ago, I got a really hot lead from Conwy in Wales. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. Send me a DM afterwards. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we're trying to bring ethics to the cash buying industry. We're going to do some recent case studies of our network members who have done some really good cracking B&V deals. And then I'm going to give you my top 5 tips, especially if you want to use social media and websites to attract and motivate sellers to you. And then if you want to learn some more, then there's an opportunity at the end. So yeah, this is just me showing off. This is Simon's Town, where I was earlier today. This is me. My son's got the camera. That's not my son. That's a penguin. And that's what I've been doing today. Okay, so a little bit of background. I'm a former teacher and a youth worker. I've lived abroad a lot. I graduated and I did TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language, and that enabled me to achieve a dream of going traveling the world. And I'm lucky enough, I've been to over 50 countries now. In December, I went back to Japan because I lived in Japan for 3 years, and I went to China and I did the Great Wall of China. And that means that now I've done all 7 wonders of the world, which I'm quite chuffed about that. Traveling is a major part of my life, and because I've got some good training, mainly from Simon and Hanif and people in the PIN network, I'm able to do a lot of travel these days, and the business and the internet stuff. I was talking to motivated sellers yesterday, and I will be talking to another motivated seller tonight in Conway. I can do it from wherever I am in the world. I've also been building websites and doing SEO. If you don't know what SEO means, it means search engine optimization, and that is basically the art of getting websites to the top of Google. And these days, the art of getting them to ChatGPT or AI results too. But I've been doing SEO and building websites for over 15 years. I've had other businesses that I built websites for. I had a printwear business called T-shirt Printing Birmingham. And then I used to work in supported accommodation with homeless people. So I built a website called Homeless Rooms. And we filled all of our voids with what I knew about the internet. So I've had 2 property careers. The first one, I went quite slow. I had a job working for the council as a youth worker and a teacher for Birmingham City Council. And so from 1999 until 2006, and that was my first career. And it was kind of steady, slowly and steady. And then in 2016 until now. What happened in 2016 is I got into personal development. So I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I'm sure many of you have read, and also Property Magic, Simon's book. And then my first son, who's now here with me in South Africa, he's 21, he got into one of the best private schools, definitely in the West Midlands. And I was like, oh, how am I going to afford to pay for this? And then 3 years later, his little brother got into the same school. So I had 2 private school fees to pay for. So I thought, okay, I know a little bit about property, but I'm going to start kind of really going in depth. And that's where I met Simon, and then I became a masterminder, and I got my first, joint ventures and my first investors all from PIN. So back to 2016, I kind of thought I've got to escalate my property career. And I read Property Magic, and for those of you, this should be a good test. What's Property Magic rule number 1? If you don't know, it's always buyers from MS, Motivated Sellers. So that really struck a chord with me. So I negotiated hard to get summerhousequickly.co.uk because I knew that it was basically SEO heaven, and I started to get leads from all over the United Kingdom. And I did loads of cracking. Lots of them were no money left in deals, and I'm not going to talk about them today. I think on the 21st we're going to do a much more in-depth training. So I come to that and I can tell you about the deals that I've done. But it allowed me to take 100k remortgage, and I've now turned that into £3 million worth of land and property, which enables me, first of all, it paid for my kids to go to private school. But I was 50 last year, and I had a whole I did loads of travels, and I've kind of carried that on for this year because I enjoy traveling. I can still work wherever I am. Wherever I've got the internet, I can work. So I'm always up for joint venture opportunities. As you can imagine, I'm quite good at finding leads and deals. And then I pitched the idea of Summer House Quickly to Simon and to Hanif, and they invested in Summer House Quickly. So why did I start the SMHQ? Simon's alluded to it. So basically, I was sick of, number one, rubbish deal sources. I was sick of property sharks on YouTube promising the earth and not delivering. I was cheesed off with dodgy agents who were, I think, taking brown bags from other people, not me. And I was scrolling, spending hours on Rightmove. And if you're not on Property Filter, you should be, because that saves me loads of times. I do all my due diligence on Property Filter. Basically, I wanted to save loads of time, loads of energy, and loads of money, and I wanted to get off-market deals. So I leveraged what I knew about website building, about Google, and about SEO for my property career. So I came up with summerhousequickly.co.uk. So, like I said, I get leads, deals, and investors to come to me, which for me is the smart way to do it. I've spent lots of time, wasted lots of time, but every morning I wake up and I promise you I've got motivated sellers saying, oh, would you perhaps be interested in buying my property at a discount, which is a nice place to be in. Like I said, I was working in homelessness before I started Summer House Quickly. I almost didn't do it because the cash buying, quick cash for houses industry it has got a little bit of a bad reputation. So what we're trying to do with Simon and Hanif and my staff is almost to kind of change that and like put honesty at the kind of forefront. So like we said, there are loads and loads of competitors, like some small ones, some really massive companies operating in the cash buying, cash for houses buying, property, quick property buying. Some of them are unscrupulous, and we kind of deal with the people who got burnt by the unscrupulous ones. And Simon just alluded to it. Lots of Sam Has Quickly type companies will say, okay, the house is worth 200 grand, we'll give you 190. Obviously, this says, oh, that's great, I'll take that. And then at the last minute, when they've, boxed up their house and they're ready to go, they say, actually, we can't give you 190, we'll give you 130. And unfortunately, some people are just, they've promised the money to someone, or they were in debt, or they're in a chain and they want to break the chain, and they then sometimes have to take that deal, or then they come to us. So what we do is kind of flip the script. So we tell all of our motivated sellers, listen, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. We're looking for a 20 to 30% below the open market value. All of our companies are we're all looking for the same. We're the probably ones that we're the honest ones. So if that company and that company tell you that they're going to give you 190, I promise you they're going to come back and they're going to reduce your offer. And some people listen, some people don't listen. But what I find is a lot of the motivated sellers that I speak to, they're like, oh, we've spoken to 5 different companies. You're the only one that's explained the business model, and thank you for being open and honest. And I like to do business with people like that. And I've learned that from Simon and from Pin, and we're always trying to get the win-win. So we're building like our own network. So I've got customers who are maybe a little bit like yourselves, property investors looking for motivated sellers, and I tell them, we do scripts, we do training, and I tell them all, this is what you say when a motivated seller who needs a quick sale. Sometimes they're a bit nervous, sometimes they're a bit embarrassed, and we have to be really, professional, really polite, and really caring. For some people, obviously it's a big, massive thing, selling a house, but we also have to be honest, and we have to treat people how we want to be treated. So I say to anyone, if you're the kind of person that wants to lowball people at the last minute, then don't come in our network, because we'll kick you out, because we don't have that. I just want to be open and honest to people. So what I'm going to do now is talk you through 3 or 4 deals that our network members have done. So my right-hand man, I've got 2 right-hand men, Sean and Dan. Sean triaged this lead, and he told me about it, but we didn't have anyone in Yorkshire. And I was like, oh, Andy's thinking about coming into Yorkshire. So I spoke to Andy. So Andrew Tattersfield called this seller, called Chantal, immediately, and then he visited this bungalow within 2 hours. So he did it. He got the memo. We need to move quickly. They shook on the deal that day. I think got to exchange within 10 working days and completed in less than 6 weeks. And then, because Andy proved himself, he took on the role of Yorkshire for Sam Has Quickly Network, and he came into our central sales team as well. So this is what it did look like. I think it was valued at 250. We secured it 194,000. Andy spent about 15k on it and made it look a bit plainer than it was looking. And it's about to go on sale for £285,000. Offers over 285 grand. So that's a nice little deal that we did in Yorkshire. And then Anita and Will bought Hereford from us. And there's a funny story, actually. I actually shared a chalet with Anita and Will at Simon's Pin ski trip. Great fun, everybody. If you get a chance to go on the ski trip with Simon, please do. I'm a snowboarder, of course, but it's really good. So we shared a chalet, and Anita and Will saw Sam Has Quickly in action. They saw leads coming in. Well, sometimes when I was on the mountain, they saw me negotiating back in the chalet to try and get one of our network members a deal. So they thought, okay, maybe Sam Has Quickly could work for us. So they ended up buying Hereford, and it cost them just £1,500 to come into our network. So we build them the website, we do all the SEO for them, we do the Facebook ads and everything for them. And then Andy triaged a sales lead in Hereford. So Andy built a good rapport with the seller. He lived in the Philippines. He was a businessman, just wanted to get his hands on some cash. I think he wanted to build a super house in the Philippines. It was valued at 80k, just a one bed flat in the centre of Hereford. We got it for 50k, or Anita and Will got it for 50k. They rented it straight away for £850. They bought it in cash. They're about to remortgage it now and probably take all their money out. But the same sellers come back to them and said, because you did it so quickly and so professionally, would you like to buy my other one? They said, well, we would, but want it a bit cheaper. So they're now negotiating to buy the second flat off him for 40k. And it's bigger than the first one. So yeah, just like Simon said, people sell for lots of different reasons. And we're getting loads of retiring landlords, and we're getting loads of people that are moving overseas or are overseas. And, you know, they're just selling up right now and giving us really good discounts. This deal is Rick, and Rick bought Summer House Quickly Burnley. So I think he gave us a couple of grand to come into our network, and then he sold 2 deals through SiteFinder. So two houses through SiteFinder. So he got all of his initial investment back straight away because he sold 2 deals. He just went around, met the seller for a coffee, put it on SiteFinder. They've got thousands of investors, and then he got his initial investment back from us. And then he did his own deal. He got a cracking property. I think this was a 70k, and he got it for 40k. And again, it was he followed up. The guy originally came through about 6 months ago. And then Rick followed it up maybe 3 months later, went for a coffee, and the guy said, listen, I'm not going to take any more. Then anything less than 40k. And Rick was like, oh my God, he was taking 60k last time, but now he got more motivated and he dropped the price. Again, Rick has joined Andy in the central sales team for Summer House Quickly. Andy became the regional owner. He now owns the Northwest and Manchester. And I know, he's just on a cracking deal as well. I'm just going to tell you about this one. So we've sometimes we're open and honest. We tell all our motivated sellers, listen, we want a 20 to 30% discount. Some people just said, no, can't do that. Maybe they can only take a 5% or a 10% discount. So in the past, we're guilty of maybe wasting that lead. But now what we're doing is packaging it up and working with national auction houses. So this Rick triaged a lead for Summer House Quickly because he's in the central sales team. He was in Luton. Rick's near Bury, near Manchester, so he didn't visit, but he got on really good with this motivated seller. And they said, well, the motivated says, I can't take a 25% discount, I can take like a 10%. Rick said, tell you what, why don't we put it in an auction? It won't cost you anything, and if it sells for the, you set the guide price, we'll negotiate that with you. Well, you're in full control. And if I'm honest, Rick kind of forgot that he'd done this deal. And then we got a message from our national auction partner to say, that little property you just sold, and I think we just invoiced them for, 3,500 quid. And we share that commission with Rick. So even our dead leads now that we traditionally weren't doing anything with, we're turning them into cash as well. And the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is Action Dan, or Dan Norcross in Chester. So this is interesting because the seller gave us the wrong number. So we were phoning them, but couldn't get through. But she did give us the correct email address. So we emailed her, this is the property, triaged it via email, then got her onto the phone. And again, another company had lowballed her. I think they offered her maybe 130 for the property. Then they came back with 94 grand. And so she was distraught, as she would be. So she contacted us. And this was the state of it. It was a bit of a state. I said to Dan, how much would you pay for this? He said, I've got properties in the area. I can get SA there. Brilliant. So if I can get it for 112, I'll be chuffed. I was quite chuffed because we secured it at 104,000, so the other company had offered 130, then they dropped it to 94. The seller was distraught. So I said, listen, that offer is really taking the mickey. We'll give you 104 and we can still make some profit. So she snapped her hands off and she's like, best mates now. Dan needs to spend about 15 to 20k on it. Most of it is just clearing up the rubbish. There's no structural stuff that needs to be done, central heating in it, blah, blah, blah. But then it'll be worth something like 180 or 200k. That's a nice little deal that Dan has done in Chester. Ellesmere Port. And then this is a deal that we're doing, and we're about to sell this. So me and my other business partners, we've got 3.5 acres of land in one of Birmingham's best areas. It's got really good potential to be an eco development. It could be 21 self-build plots. It could be 19 affordable houses. It could be a block of apartments and 2 semis. It could be something like forest schools or a city farm. The auctioneer reckons they've got 7 serious bidders on this because it's a low guide price of only 90k, and we only paid 75k for this land. Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you. Hello?
Hello? Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
Okay, my AirPods died. Yeah, can you hear me? Cool.
Yep, all good.
Okay, cool. No, my earpods died. There's no problems. Yeah, so we only paid 75k for this land, and it was a retiring landlord who was selling 70 properties and bits of land, and I scooped that up. But we reckon we're going to maybe treble our money on this. And I also bought a small flat off him for 56k, which was a no money left in deal. So there were no shortage. And right now, like Simon is exactly right, I've been doing property seriously for the last 10 years, and I've been doing it kind of as a part-timer since 1999. There are so many properties available and motivated sellers from all walks of life. It's not just people who are skint or are in debt. It's loads of landlords, landladies, just property people, and people are exiting the country. And I just want to give you my top 5 tips for setting something like this up. So number 1 is obviously build a great website. So lots of people go to Fiverr, or they get their mate's mom's dad's cat to build a website. They do it themselves, and it takes them months, and it looks rubbish. I would say don't do anything like that. Spend $1,000 or $2,000 and get a proper professional website done, and try and make it local. Don't try and go after everything all over the place, because that's a mistake that I did. Just start local. Then, if you're going to do a website, you might as well try and dominate your local search terms for Summer House Quickly Birmingham, or Summer House Quickly Manchester, or Summer House Quickly Gloucester, wherever you are. You want a page that is going to hopefully, you want a website that's going to bring traffic to you for free, hopefully. Then definitely, I'm kind of good and bad at this. And in 2026, I'm going to get really, really upgrade my social media game. I've got a love-hate relationship with social media. But yeah, definitely upgrade your social media game. I meet so many investors that say, listen, I hate social media. I don't want my mom or dad or my auntie to know what I'm doing, or my boss, whatever. I get all that. And I used to be a little bit like that. But like Simon says, tell everybody what you do, and you'll be so surprised when you do that. My first investors, I think I did a Facebook Live, and 3 people that I met at PIN said, Lee, we'd love to invest with you. And I said, oh my God, this actually works. And then, Facebook ads. We're getting so many leads from Facebook and Instagram at the moment for relatively small costs. It's like between £5 and £10 per lead. But when you're making, 30, 40, 50 or more £1,000, what's £5 or £10? So I think this is a life skill now. If you can understand and learn Facebook ads and Meta and social media adverts, it's a license to print money. And then, the last thing is make sure that you back it all up with an amazing CRM system. That's what we do. We have a really good CRM system that triages the leads. Like the lead that I just got from Wales, I've not spoken to them, but our system has asked them 17 questions. I know the postcode. I know how much they paid for it. I know how much their mortgage is. I know why they want to sell it and why they want to sell it quickly. And I've been doing this webinar, but I'm going to phone them now. And the last one as bonus is automate your follow-ups. Like I said, once we get someone's name, number, email address, unless they unsubscribe, then we've got them and we'll follow them up. Sometimes it might be on the 6th monthly follow-up and they say, no, we still haven't sold, we're getting really cheesed off, we're paying the council tax, please take it off our hands. And it all happens automatically. And that's what we do for ourselves and for all of the people in this SMHQ network. And if you would like to learn more, please come to the masterclass that I'm going to do. It's on Wednesday, the 21st January at 7 p.m. It's just going to be for an hour. And I'm going to give you loads more, go into more depth about how you build a website and what you should do. But then if you wanted to just join the Summer House Quickly network, we've got over 500 website domains, every major town and city in the country we've got. Then you can buy a town and city for that starts at just £1,000. And we've also got regions available. But if you come to the network, if you want to know more, just join the masterclass, and I'll break it down and show you how we get motivated sellers to contact us every day. And that's about it from me. Any questions?
Yes, so we do have a couple of questions. So Pip has asked how you hear about the houses that you acquire. Is there a buyer network on the other side that they can be part of through Sell My House Quickly?
Yes, yeah. If you find me on Facebook, or just go to our website, Sell My House Quickly, and send us a DM, or go to my Facebook as Lee Blake and send me a DM. We've got like a WhatsApp group where investors can go in there, and obviously people who are in our network, they get first dibs on all our deals. But then anything that isn't in an area that we have someone, will go in our WhatsApp group, and then you can just say, hey, I want that, sign the NDA, and then you could benefit as well.
Amazing. And another one from Mick. Where can you see what areas are still available for Sell My House Quickly?
Yeah, if you, again, send me a DM, or just go to our other website, which is smhqnetwork.co.uk. And it's all on there, smhqnetwork.co.uk. But if you register for the masterclass, but if anyone, like, it's a little bit FOMO. Somebody the other day said, I really want to buy Manchester, but Manchester's gone. I think we've sold about 30 towns and cities now. So if I really want this town and city before someone else, I don't want to wait till the 21st, then just send us a message, either on Facebook, Lee Blake, or through our website, SMHQ Network, and I'll come back to you.
Amazing. Denise has asked what CRM system you use to triage your leads. I'm assuming it's through the back end of Sell My House Quickly.
Yeah, so like all the forms are done in High Level, and just as again to blow our own trumpet, if you wanted to buy our CRM system, it would cost you £800 a year, but you get it for free with us. It's really good. Loads of big businesses use it, and we're always tweaking it and developing it and refining it and making it better. So we discovered maybe about 6 months ago that if we ask people questions on WhatsApp, the conversion rate goes crazy. So, everyone now is on WhatsApp, and like I said, they just press we used to say, how long ago did you buy it? And they just press it and blah, blah, blah. And it just makes it, we get so many more conversions. And, our sales team are always talking to people who want to sell. It's good.
Amazing. I think that's all the questions we have right now. If anyone has any other questions, do you want to just pop it in the chat box now so that I can see it, or into the Q&A box? We've had another attendee ask if you use any virtual assistants or how many members of the team, as it must be quite time consuming for what you do.
Yes and no. So we've got myself, Sean, and Dan. And then we have Dan is in the Philippines. He's a VA, but he's full-time with us. Sigrid is part-time. She's a VA in the Philippines. And then when we're doing like an estate agency challenge or something, then we get extra VAs. And then we've got Andy and Rick that are in the central sales team as well. But like I said, a lot of it is done automatically. But I'm not one of these that I want like automation to do everything. Our USP is that we've got local people in your area, and that people phone people and do deals as people buy from people. I learned that from Simon.
Amazing. And Nick has just mentioned something. So just to clarify, obviously, Sell My House Quickly is very different from Rightmove or Zoopla, mainly because of the SEO that it uses. Is that right?
Yeah, so we're not like estate agents, and people say, "Oh, do you know?" And I say to loads of motivated sellers, "Listen, we're not going to try and sell it for you. What we will do, we are investors who want to buy properties below market value, and if you can give us a discount, we can complete really quickly. And sometimes we do bridging. We've got special bridging providers that will do deals. And so, yeah, we just buy properties for ourselves. Sometimes we sell deals, or some of our network members are really good deal sources, and they just sell more deals with it. Andy in Birmingham did one yesterday. It was a cracking deal. Guy was in Dubai. He's never been to Birmingham. It was a really good flat in the Jewellery Quarter. Simon, you'd know this apartment. And he paid $190 for it, and he got him down about 3 weeks ago to $120. Then he went somewhere else. So some guys said, "Oh yeah, I'll give you 120," and Andy was like, "Oh no." And then that other guy messed the seller around, Mohammed, and Mohammed came back to Andy Potter yesterday, said, "Right, you can have it for 105." And I was having a pina colada with my son in Camps Bay in Cape Town, and I was like, if no one buys this, I'm going to buy it because it's such a good deal. But then within half an hour, we found a buyer for it. So yeah, some people are deal sources, some people are trying to add to their portfolio. So it just depends what your strategy is as an investor.
Amazing. Just so you guys know, Kerry has mentioned that Lee has recently posted on the Pin Facebook page. So if you are looking for him on Facebook, that's an easy way to find him. Couple more questions. Sumit has asked, can you give any tips on how you would find motivated sellers other than on your website?
I suppose I've become maybe a bit lazy. What I used to do before I had my website was like just everything that Simon just told you. You know, I like to think I'm good with people. So, you know, I would always go and see estate agents, got some great deals from estate agents, and like I, you know, got myself into their little black book. So, you know, don't rule that out. That's a great way, but you've got to be good with people. What we teach our people to do in Sell My House Quickly is leverage that. For example, we want a 25% discount, but if someone says I can only do a 10% discount, we take that lead to a local estate agent and say, hey, why don't, and loads of our people don't want to go with estate agents, they hate estate agents. So we persuade them to go with the local estate agent, and the estate agent will either give us a fee, but what I want to do is get into the little black book of that estate agent. So yeah, I just kind of, everything that Simon just said, do all that. But now I suppose I've become a little bit lazy. I just wake up and I've got people, but it's taken me years to devise this system, if you know what I mean.
Amazing. Well, I think that is all the questions for now. I have one question for you, which is obviously I've met a few people through Sell My House Quickly now as well, and it seems like it's quite a growing community just for discussing opportunity and also just people to talk to. So is that something that just newbies who want to get involved in property, is it just something that they can go to just to get an idea of?
Well, I suppose, what we do, and you know, I've done Mastermind. I did Mastermind 29, changed my life, and I know that when I left Mastermind, I was kind of in a bit of mourning, really. I don't know if you were the same, Casey. So what we're trying to do is almost recreate like that Mastermind within Sell My House Quickly. So we're always, you know, supporting each other or doing, you know, deal clinics. We had some land the other day, and I don't know much about land, so I was like, can you guys give me some support here? But if I'm honest, that's only for the people that kind of pay to come in. We do have loads of training free on our website as well. And again, if you DM me, I can send you all our free stuff as well. But yeah, like I said, for the smallest areas, you only got to pay £1,000 a year. So I'd say, you know, and you get a website and you get SEO. I think it's a really, really good deal because the CRM system would cost you £800. So yeah, the bigger areas are like $2,000 or 2,500, but it's still a good deal, I think.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a no-brainer, especially with the website and the CRM included, because they could be very expensive on their own. Yeah. So yeah, guys, make sure you get on board. I'm sure you're going to get plenty of messages about this now. Thank you so much for joining us. Have safe travels home and enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Katie, can you see me at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, let me just show you this. Can you see out the window?
Ah, yeah. Can you guys let me stop the share so that they can see this properly?
That's Table Mountain.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can everyone see that?
Just there. So I think that the last cable car up is at 8:00 and it's now about 7:30. So I might go and skid out of there. Go.
Amazing. Well, enjoy your time.
All right then. Take care, mate. Thank you.
Have a great weekend. See
you later. Bye-bye.
So, guys, remember, the only property community you'll ever need is the Property Investors Network, and you can join from just £15 per month, which is an absolute steal. This way you can find more deals, you can secure funding partners, which I know there's been quite a few people in the chat box today looking to secure some funding partners, get expert answers. There's lots of people that attend at all different levels of business. Stay motivated and on track so you can build in accountability while you're there and learn what works. We have beginner workshops, like Simon mentioned, the Property Mastermind Foundations, all the way to the advanced 3-day events and the full 12-month programs. So see what works for you and come to your local PIN meeting. And remember, today for £48 you can get lifetime access to all of the recordings from today. Put a fire emoji in the chat box or a yes if you have found today valuable. Yeah, it has been incredible, and I have learned so much today myself. It's been a pleasure hosting you all. You have been very interactive. It has been amazing. So make sure you make the most of this offer. This will go in the chat box right at the end. Thank you for joining us. Check your email shortly. All of today's links will go out, so don't stress if you haven't managed to get them, and make the most of the free training, guys. It's very, very rare that these speakers do free training, so get on board and make sure you make the most of it. Sending you lots of wishes for the weekend and enjoy the rest of your week. And thank you so much for spending your Saturday with me and the other speakers. Have a good one. We'd love your feedback. So please tell us what you thought of today's exhibition by scanning the QR code and leaving us a Google review. It's really valuable to us. It means that more and more people can attend these free workshops because we can get the word out even more. And obviously, if you guys have enjoyed it for no cost, someone you know or a friend or family member may also enjoy it. So please do leave us some feedback. I'd massively appreciate that. Pippa has also put that on the page, and a huge thank you to Pippa, as she has been the person that has been popping all of the links in the chat box while we have been waiting. So make sure that you say thanks to Pippa as well. She is the one behind the scenes, absolutely smashing it. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Saturday.